Welcome to your yoga flow for back pain and stiffness. So we're going to be going through a short guided yoga flow focused on back pain and getting rid of some of the stiffness that you might have in your back, whether it's from your job or from sitting or sleeping. Most of us have some sort of back pain or stiffness. So the only thing you're going to need today is some sort of support. So I'm going to be using a block, but you could use a pillow or a folded up blanket, whatever you have lying around, just something comfy. We're going to be putting it under the low back. So we're going to start in a seat. I like to sit up on something, makes it a little bit more comfortable for the hips and back. So finding a comfortable seat, sitting up tall as if something was pulling you up from the crown of your head. And you can allow the eyes to close if that feels okay. So we're going to start by connecting in with our breath. Not doing anything to change your breath, just noticing here. What does it feel like to inhale and exhale? Where do you feel the sensations? Wherever you feel your breath the most, focusing all your attention there for the next few moments. Just committing these next 20 minutes or so to yourself, to being present and grounded in your practice. And when you're ready, you can slowly flicker open the eyes. And we're going to start with a seated cat-cow. So if you can reach, hands come to knees. As we inhale, belly forward, tailbone back, chest lifts. You can even look up. And then exhale, round the spine, look down, pull on the knees. Inhale, come forward. Exhale, back. Inhale, arch the spine. And exhale, back. And on your next inhale, we'll come up through center. Coming into a gentle side bend, we'll inhale the right arm up and over. Left hand can come down as a support, both shoulders down away from the ears. So we're not doing this. Pull the shoulders down. Just a gentle bend to start off class here, so don't worry about bending super far. On your next inhale, back up. Left hand up and gentle bend to the right. Making sure to pull that left shoulder back to keep the shoulder squared forward. Good, next inhale, back up. All right, coming into a nice upper back shoulder stretch, we're gonna come into eagle arm. So there's a few options. We're gonna cross the right arm under. Step one is to hold onto opposite shoulders and bring the elbows up and away from the body. Step two, backs of the hands together. And then step three, if the palms come together, you can go there. So no matter where you are, shoulders down from the ears, and we're pulling the elbows away from the body and up. And find your breath again. Your breath is the anchor of your practice. So every time you find the mind wandering, just slowly, gently bringing your attention back to the sensation of your breath. One more breath. On the exhale, gently unravel the arms. And we'll bring the left arm under. Step one, shoulders. Step two, backs of hands. And step three, palms. Pull the elbows away and up. And we're all going to feel this in slightly different spots depending on where we're tightest. So it might be coming up into the neck, might be the traps, the tops of the shoulders, or maybe into the upper back, or all of the above. And just only coming to a point where you can keep your breath full and long. Never coming into any postures that are causing sharp pains. Good, next exhale, we'll release. If you're sitting up on something, you can move that out of the way, rocking forward into our tabletop. So shoulders over wrists, hips over knees. If the wrists are a little bit sore, we'll walk the wrists a little bit further in front of the shoulders. And we're gonna come into that cat-cow again. So our inhale, we drop the belly down and lift the tailbone, chest forward. Exhale, press away from the floor and round the spine. So exaggerating, inhale, really arch the spine. And exhale, pull your belly button up towards your spine, press. One more on your own breath. And inhale back through center. Coming into a little balance and strengthening here. Inhale the right leg up. If this is too much, you can just come on to the toes to balance. If not, lift that right leg, engaging the glute, flexing the right toes down. And then if you have a little bit more in you, we'll lift up that left arm, pull the shoulder back into the socket. So opposite arm and leg are lifted. Inhale here. And maybe you pull the elbow to the knee. Inhale. Exhale, just one more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And then the exhale brings us back to table. So on to the other side, same options. Maybe you're just balancing on those back toes. Maybe you can engage that left glute, flex the left toes and come into a balance here, and maybe the right arm floats up, shoulder socket pulls back. Inhale, you can stay here or exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Inhale and exhale back to table. Good. From here, we're going to cross. We're going to bring that right foot back again and then cross it over the left. So we're coming into a side bend through the right side of the body. You can, if you want, you can walk the hands over as well, deepening that opening through the right side of the body, bending the spine to the left. Inhale, walk back to the center, into our table, and then we'll bring the left foot up and over the right, and maybe the hands walk to the right as well, opening through the whole left line of the body. And we'll walk back to center into our table. Good. From here, right hand comes underneath the face. Inhale, twist open to the left. Left arm can stay up, or maybe it comes to the low back or the hip. Roll that left shoulder down and twist from the spine so that hips stay exactly where they are. We're moving with the core, and maybe gaze comes up. One more breath. And exhale back. Left hand replaces right underneath the nose. Inhale up to the right. Toes can be tucked or untucked, whatever feels best. Roll that right shoulder back, open up through the chest. Last breath. And back down. Good. From here, shift the hips back. We're gonna just bring the legs around out in front and come to lie on our back. Starting with Setu Pandasana, bridge pose. Walk the heels in close enough that you can tickle the backs of your heels. Press into the heels, lift the hips up towards the ceiling, tuck those shoulders underneath, and the palms can press beside the body. So we won't be here too long, but it's important that we strengthen as well as stretch. If this isn't working for you though, you can just bring the hips back down. Let's do 2 more breaths. And on the exhale, slowly down. Good. Pull the knees to the chest. You can rock side to side if that feels good. Good. And now for this next one, we're going to take our support. So whether it's a block, a pillow, or a blanket, or maybe a book, whatever works and is comfortable, we're going to bring it underneath the low back, so the sacrum, where the flat spot of the low back is. So you should feel nice and supported there, like you're not going to fall off. And we're going to come into wind relieving posture. So for some people this can feel really good on the low back, and for some people it doesn't work. So if it doesn't work, remove the block and just do it without. We're going to pull the right knee to the chest. Left leg can stay bent or lengthen out. So we have that stretch in the right hip as we pull the right knee in, and then maybe through the front of this left hip flexor as well. Good. Releasing into gravity with each exhale. Slowly bring the knee down, and we'll switch. Left knee pulls into the chest, right leg out. Coming into our last few postures here, you can allow the eyes to close for as much of this time as you'd like as we come into our relaxation. Good. We're going to bring both feet back to the floor. Keep that support where it is. If you moved it, you might want to bring it back. We're going to do our bridge again, but a supported version. So heels are close enough that you can just feel the backs of them. You can stay just like this, or you can try bringing the heels out, toes in, and letting the knees fall in towards each other. So coming into our supported bridge, this can be a really beautiful release for the low back. As always though, listen to your body, and if it's not working for you, feel free to remove that support and just come into constructive rest. So just the same posture but without the support. And we'll spend a little while here. Each exhale, see if you can let go a little bit more. Let's take a couple more breaths. Getting super heavy. Good. Take your time. We'll bring the knees back over the ankles, press through the heels, just enough to release the support. And for our last posture before Shavasana, we're going to come into a spinal twist. So for a gentle twist, you can just allow the knees to fall over to the right. For a little bit of a deeper twist, extend the right leg long. It might feel good to lift the hips up over to the left, and then left knee crosses over. Supporting the knees in whatever way feels good. Maybe you take something underneath the knee. Arms can come out to a T and gaze, if it feels comfortable, and the neck can come opposite to the knee. Allow the eyes to close. And again, on each exhale, getting as heavy as possible and just releasing into the support underneath you. You can imagine on your inhale creating space in the spine, and on the exhale wringing out any tension or pain that might be in the spine. On your next inhale, slowly come back through center. Readjust the hips, and then exhale, maybe the knees fall to the left or extend the left leg long. Bring the hips up over to the right, and the right knee comes over. And again, always that option to support yourself here in whatever way feels best. If you want to come deeper, using that left hand to just gently guide that right knee to the floor. Take 2 more deep breaths. On your next inhale, slowly bring the knees back through center. Take any last movements here that might feel good in the body. Maybe that's a happy baby pose, grabbing onto the bottoms of the feet. You can rock side to side. Anything that your body might be asking for before our final resting pose. So when you feel complete, you can lengthen out the legs, arms beside the body, and come into your final Shavasana, your corpse pose. Releasing any control that you may have had over your breath. Allowing the eyes to close if they aren't already. And relaxing that space between the eyebrows, relaxing the jaw. Letting the whole body feel very heavy and fully supported by the ground underneath you. And knowing that all you have left to do is just rest. So I encourage you to stay in your Shavasana for at least a few minutes. It's such an important time. The most important posture where we integrate everything that we've done, and we just take that time to recenter after moving our bodies. So please hang out here for a while. You can just pause the video now so I stop talking. So thank you so much for joining me.